Thank you. Please be seated. Prefect joke of the day. What do you get when you throw a piano down a mine shaft? A flat minor.
Thanks, Barbara. We'll take that one. Good morning, everybody. Beautiful BC morning this morning, yeah? After a little while, after a brief minute of complaining, all you have to do is just shake your head and smile. So that's what I'm urging you to do today. Shake your heads and smile. Sports colours this morning. I'm going to invite Mr. Murdy to the lectern, please. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first Athletic Colors Assembly for the year. Today's assembly is a celebration aimed at recognizing our Shawinigan athletes who compete as both individual and team sports, or in both individual and team sports. We'll be recognizing junior and senior aged athletes. The junior athletic colors are awarded to students in grade 10, and that they will receive their pin after receiving 2 nominations. So today will serve as their first nomination for the year. Senior athletic colors are awarded to grade 12 students, and they will receive them after only 1 nomination. However, it is worth noting that in special circumstances, these awards may be given a bit earlier. Not this time, though. With both junior and senior athletic color awards, coaches look at the students' skill, competitive spirit, commitment, sportsmanship, and leadership during both practices and games. They then submit a list of names to myself, and then I take those forward to the headmaster, who makes the final decision on these awards. We'll start out this morning with our junior nominations, and again, as this is the first round, I ask that you please stand, and at the end of each sport, if the rest of the student body can recognize those students with a nice round of applause. First off, we're going to recognize 2 girls who earned their junior colors as grade 9 students last year. So if they could please stand and be recognized. And we're starting off with field hockey, and that's Sophie Miranda and Milena Joich for receiving their 3rd nomination in junior colors. If those 2 can stand. Receiving their first nomination, so please stand and hold your applause, please. Brooke Beckingham, Melanie Bristol, Nicole Cherry, Nicole Lavin, Carly Mader, Caitlin Mader, Bridget Person, Teresa Stolberg, Alexandra Wallace, Selena Singh, Gabrielle Owen, Kathleen Hidley, Michaela Brennan McCann, on ice hockey, Samantha Lillywhite, Sydney Hall, and Berkeley Anderson. So all those girls, please stand. Receiving their first nominations for girls ice hockey are Zosia Adamek and Gracie McAllister. Please stand. Receiving a first nomination for boys bantam ice hockey is Nolan McDowell. Receiving their first nominations for boys varsity ice hockey are Corbin Hansen, Reese Dutovich, Matthew Saunders, Ethan Anstey, Aidan Tigeson, Aaron Trotter, Griffin Barr, Noah Leibel, Owen Evers, Riley Billy, Andrew Braun, Gareth Cooper, Ethan Ruday, and Nick Winchester. Receiving their first nomination for boys midget prep ice hockey, Johnny Little and Will Gursky. Receiving their first nomination for swimming are Hallie Bryant and Ellie Holland. Receiving their first nomination for boys soccer are Sam Addison, Jamin Hodgkins, Imran Karmali, Hiroki Nakayama, Dario Staples, and James Pickles. Receiving their first nomination for squash are Lucia Bicknell, Alan Lynn, and Cade Hamilton. Receiving their first nomination for girls volleyball are Phoebe Stobart, Clara Lowe, Georgia Hall, Chloe Storysoth, Katie Petropoulos, and Kiara Chan. Congratulations to all our junior athletes. We're going to move on to our senior colors now. With senior awards, I will name the sport and then call the coaches to the stage where they will join the headmaster as he presents their senior color ties. Please hold your applause until after the photo has been taken. Ice hockey is a two-term sport, so those athletes won't be recognized this morning because it wouldn't be appropriate to recognize them as their season is still ongoing. So they'll receive their colors at the end of the second term when we do that color assembly. We'll start off with senior girls volleyball. So can I please ask Mr. Venables and Mrs. Lible to please come forward. Receiving senior athletic colors are Hazel Bice, Ivy Sang, and Anna Williams. For cross country, can I please ask Mr. Brown, Ms. Gottfried, and Ms. Williams to please come forward. Receiving his senior athletic colors is Dawson Anderson. Well done, Dawson. Next, we'll do senior girls field hockey. So can I ask Ms. Martin to please come forward? And Mr. Virgie is unavailable as he is off coaching at this time. Receiving senior athletic colors are Naya Miranda, Alexis Welsh, Maya Charleston, Barbara Hidley, and Sky Rennie. Senior boys soccer. So can I please ask Mr. Sturrock to come forward? Mr. Nakagawa is off taking his own schooling right now. Mr. Sturrock's right there. Receiving senior athletic colors for soccer are Thomas Wilkie, David Barassa, Chen Togenbayev, Ben Curley, and Stefan Escobar. And last but not least, we'll finish off with swimming. So can Mrs. Boudreau please come forward? As we heard the other day, swimming has had a great season and qualified for the provincials and did very well. And we're very proud to honor the two senior athletes receiving senior athletic colors, Charlie Wolf and Avery Champion. Congratulations to all the athletes, both junior and senior, who have been recognized this morning. And the last thing I would like to do before I step away is to ask the whole student body to please thank your coaches with a nice round of applause for their time, energy, and passion that they bring to all their sports sessions. So if everybody could join me, please. Thank you.
One more round of applause, please, for Mr. Murdy's leadership, commitment, and energy that he brings to the whole program. Thank you. So switching gears now, I'm going to call up Stefan and Josh, I think, to tell us about the Japan Super Science Fair. You ready, boys?
Hello, everyone. So about a year ago, Stefan Esquivel, Jennifer Simonis, and I were given the opportunity to attend and present at the Japan Super Science Fair 2017, or JSSF. This marked the 15th anniversary of the event. Previously, never attending a high school science fair, I knew this was going to be an experience I would forever remember. This fair has been known by many as a science expedition and exposition, composed of student scientists from around the globe, each demonstrating experiments through posters and presentations about multiple topics under the broad umbrella of science. This JSSF marked the third year Shawnigan attended, and despite this not being a massive milestone, I couldn't help myself to be slightly nervous to represent the school at an international event. When we arrived in Kyoto, the old capital city of Japan, before the Tokugawa shogunate moved it, we were quickly rushed into our rooms to spend the first night at the Ritsumeikan University Kyoto campus. This university was the living quarters of all the participants of the fair, which included us, our Australian roommates from the Melbourne School for Science and the John Monash School, and many other schools from across the globe. This school in particular has a fascinating history, as I learned from a quick Wikipedia search. The university was where instant noodles were invented, a development that I'm sure many Shawnigan students would be quite appreciative of. When we arrived at the event, located at the Ritsumeikan Senior-Junior High School campus, roughly 20 minutes away from where we stayed, we had the honor of being showered with kind greetings from our guests, Mikiko and Kazuki, who were eager to show us around the campus. This event commenced with a fantastic opening ceremony that set the pace for the rest of the fair. I will never forget the proud Japanese enthusiasm during the opening speeches and the amazing band performance.
For the next 4 days, we saw many science projects from students around the world, presented at our own, and got to experience a fraction of what it's like to be a student in Japan. Our buddies assisted us with learning about Japanese culture and held an utmost level of patience when we frankly got a bit lost and confused. As the fair went on, we got many chances to continue to ask questions about other schools' advanced and complex project and receive incredible lectures from many prestigious scientists that were supporting the event. Near the end of the trip, we were given the opportunity to see the old city and learn more about the food, religion, and history of the beautiful city of Kyoto. This fair was a very empowering and informative experience, and I can speak for all of us when I say that we met friends and learned lessons that will last us a lifetime. For the ability to attend this event, I want to take a final moment to thank Shawnigan Lake School on behalf of all the members of this trip for supporting our projects till completion. I would also like to thank Miss Montgomery, our legendary chaperone, and Miss Robson, Mr. Robertson, Mr. Mays, Mr. Zacks, and all the people who have made this great experience available in the school. For anyone who is interested in attending JSSF in the future, feel free to ask Josh, Jen, and I any questions regarding this trip and how to get involved. To end this off, we would like to present a gift on behalf of the JSSF crew to Mr. Robertson. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the reception.
Let's have a photo. Thank you, you two, and Jennifer and Ms. Montgomery as well. Proud of you. That was, it's a wonderful event, I know from previous chats, and it's just such a great thing for the school to be involved in, and a great experience for those who go. So if you do get the chance, take it with both hands, please. So I'm going to close here. I'm going to switch gears just a little bit because you heard me say at the beginning, put on a brave face and smile and all that sort of thing. That's exactly what I'm doing this morning.